I want to challenge myself in different ways. Builds the gains. Welcome to my full week of workouts, my actual real workout routine that is really hard, really intense, and I absolutely love because it's pretty extreme. I train hard. I try to train harder than last time. So this is my upper body, lower body, full body workouts, legs, glutes, quads, everything. Why hybrid athlete training? You will see in this video. Not just pure weightlifting or strength training or heavy lifting, but also CrossFit and also endurance. I'm hitting the week, aka starting the week strong with my strength leg day. Basically, in this leg day, I do squats for the strength-wise, doing them heavy, like my rep maxes, 1 rep max, 3 rep max. Basically, I do heavy. And before them, I do warm-up sets. And as you can see, and you will be able to tell by the video, I really do struggle with squat depth. For me, my ankle mobility is really not great. It's bad. It's bad. So I don't really hear anything about that. I really do try my best for those 90 degrees. I try because whenever I look at the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm squatting really deep. And guess what? When I film it, it's not deep at all. So here, when I put my knee sleeves on, that means it's heavy weight, baby. Even though in my mind, I'm like, lightweight. So here, it was 70 kilos. And for me, 70 kilos is a lot. It is a lot. Because naturally, I wish I would be gifted with that lift heavy type of strength, but I'm not, and I have to work on it. So in the last few months, I have included heavy squat days, and they are paying off. Like literally a few months ago, I tried to do 65 kilos and it felt wrong. It felt really, really long. Long? What? No, heavy. But also, I just want to remind you that, for example, this weight that you're seeing in this video, I want to do the second rep. Okay, I wanted to go deeper and try the second rep. As I told you, I struggle with squat depth. And here, I was like, okay, I'm feeling great. I will try to do 77. And I failed. But then I decided I'm not going to give up. I'm going to take a deep breath, little bit of rest, chill, and try again. And I did it. Yes, my depth is questionable, but I did it. I squatted it, and I was proud of myself. But I will say it again. I'm the person that really do struggle with just in general being proud of myself. Anywho, not many clips with deadlifts because my form isn't great, and it's the most controversial exercise out there, but I really do try my best. And then I continued with hip thrusts. And for the hip thrust setup, try to get that 90-degree angle. I would say in this video again further, but that 90-degree angle, and if you put your arm like that and touch your heel, basically, you know that you will probably get that 90-degree angle. But if you're like me, who have a little bit better flexibility with my hips, then maybe you won't get that 90-degree angle and it will be less than 90 degrees. So yeah, I try to hit that full range of motion, even though not always it turns out to be, because sometimes I feel myself, I'm like, shoot, I didn't hit that. But then I continued with heavy Bulgarians, and you know that the Bulgarian, gross, right? It's gross. My heart rate goes up so high. Like it's my heart beeping. Yeah, it's tough. Whenever I'm like halfway done, I'm like, okay, I'm halfway done, but I'm only halfway done. Yeah, and I do crack my my head like that because my neck is really tight. But then I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm done with the hardest kind of things. And then it's the superset of destroying and killing your legs. Leg extension superset, which is also a drop set at the end. And I'm usually nearly crying because it's so hard. and I'm pushing through those reps. And the same thing is also for the hamstring curl, but obviously for hamstring curl it's not as wanting to literally cry and scream, because it's a little bit different. If you know, you know. I do superset it because I don't want to waste my time and to make it a little bit more intense. And yeah, I basically do 15 reps for both, because if I want to go heavier I can't do it, because I just can't do it, because my form then gets even worse. Yeah, so here you can see I was almost crying. Sometimes my heart rate gets high, but I just can't explain the pain I feel. I just can't explain it because it's not the greatest. It's not the best. I do on the hamstring curl, I do double or triple drop set. Here on leg extensions I do only one drop set, because I just can't survive it. I feel like I can't survive it. I try my best for the form or all that, but I can't survive it. It's so painful. And that's it. That's what I'm going to say. This superset is really painful. That's it. It's really painful, and afterwards my quads, I'm like, I can't walk. I just can't properly. Okay, enough for that suffering. Let's continue with my favorite day of the week, which is push day. And with one of my favorite exercises, which is bench press. And here, basically, what I do, I roll my shoulder blades back like I would be wanting to squeeze a pencil between them. And I keep my butt on that thingy. And my feet also on the ground. And what I do 3 sets of lighter weight, a little bit lighter. And then between them, basically do that one set with that lighter weight, and then I start doing my PRs, basically my 4 rep max, my 2 rep max, my 1 rep max, because I want to check out, have I improved, can I do more reps? And I usually between some reps that are hard, I kind of rest, yeah, and then I try to get it up. My form with the last reps or my PR weight isn't the best because, well, I'll say it, it's just hard. And what I have been doing lately for my PR 1 rep max, I put on heavier weight than I will do the PR. I just unrack it, and then I put it back, and then I take off those plates, because then it would feel lighter on my wrists and on my arms. Kinda, I saw that tip and I was like, okay, it makes good sense. It makes good sense. So here I was doing my 2 rep max, and I think I wanted to do the 3rd rep, but yep, I couldn't do the 3rd rep. Probably when this video will be posted, which is going to be like 3 weeks, I probably will be able to do, if not, my 1 rep max for more reps. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to do it. And here I also tried to do that, my 1 rep max for the 2nd rep, and I couldn't do it. Not yet, I think. I don't remember. Basically, I try a lot of 1 rep, 2 rep maxes, and here I wanted to do a new PR, kinda, but I was so close to getting it, so close. So I know my weakest point is like basically from little bit down to little shoulder extension, basically 2 centimeters missed, and I would be able to do it if not those 2 centimeters, but whatever. Then I continued on shoulder press. Those last reps are always really hard, and I do a superset, kinda double superset or tricep, basically lateral raise drop set. Basically I do 15 reps with 1 set of dumbbells, basically 1 weight, and then I take go into little bit lighter weight dumbbells. And I will be that person that basically will struggle with lateral raise form for years, because it's really hard to get the form right, because if I will take light dumbbells, I would need to do I don't know how many reps, like 25 plus, And then I moved into strict press, aka military press, and I am using only the barbell because after those two exercises and that exercise dropset, triple, whatever, yeah, I can't do heavier because my shoulders are already toasted. And then I superset it with easy bar skullcrushers. I do feel my triceps here, and also, if I don't know if you saw, but basically I didn't fully extend to straight line, but little bit slightly, I don't know what degree it is, but whatever, because that is for the targeting those shoulders, no, triceps better. And then I do chest fly double set and then superset. I don't know how to explain it. Basically I do weight with one weight, 10 reps, then I little bit drop the weight, do it with lighter weight for 15 reps, and then I superset with tricep, those extensions. And then the last superset is leg extension, yes, on my push day. Why? Because my legs are always screaming to be used. And also, actually, if you think, leg extension is push because you're pushing the weight away from you. And then I superset with overhead tricep extensions. These are great. These are amazing. I shouldn't be moving my elbows, but that's a story for a different day. Through the week, I do also CrossFit workouts. If you want to see them, follow me on Instagram. I post all the things I do on my stories and also on my Instagram highlights. They all are saved. But I also have CrossFit challenge when I did 30 days of CrossFit on my YouTube channel. But basically, I do some sort of woods CrossFit workouts throughout the week that are really challenging, really hard. And what I also didn't film and don't film is yoga, because here in my room filming yoga, but I will link my favorite yoga channels down below. I just love stretching. I'm a huge advocate for stretching always and forever. Literally, I'm about to go and do yoga. Literally, after I film these clips, I'm going to do yoga. 40 minutes of yoga every single day. Yes, every single day. But yoga also has helped me to do splits and just become so much more flexible. I used to not be able to touch my toes with my arms. Now I'm like, how I didn't do that? How I wasn't able to do that? It just shows that practice and consistency builds the gains, builds the strength, and also flexibility. Okay, continuing with death quad day, which is the hardest workout of the week. It's literally so hard because it's only supersets. Yep, it's only supersets. And I always start with warm-up sets before, but as I said, it's the hardest leg day of my life that I have ever done. But basically, it is only supersets, as I told. And the first superset is the hardest for me, and it's also the deadliest and disgusting kind, if you would say that, because it's front squats, which is great exercise for better depth. And what you have to do, you have to try to keep your elbows 90-degree angle like that. It also helps for the stability of the barbell, because if the barbell is on your shoulder blades, when you're rolling your shoulder blades, you're keeping your back straight. That's for the better form and also to feel it better and just doing the right thing. I try my best, I do, but the last few reps are ugly. They are pretty. And I superset with, oh my gosh, the deadly thing. Rear lunge, single rear lunge, elevated. Obviously, the higher the elevation, the harder it will be because it's the bigger range of motion there will be. Basically, I use heavy dumbbells, and for that, I use straps. Straps are great. I have the 8-figure straps, which are so much different than the regular straps. I don't know how people use the regular straps because I think they are so uncomfortable to use. But anywho, I continue with the next superset, which is leg press. Again, as I told you previously, I do struggle with depth, and I already do 15 reps. But I can't do the best depth. And I know what people will say, you're using too heavy weight. But the problem is, if I will use little bit lighter weight, or more lighter weight. I would need to do so many reps. And here I was basically telling that sometimes my one quad hurts, like, I don't know, like the muscle tissue would break apart. I know, that sounds scary, but it's a superset again with rear lunge, Cossack squat. I don't know how it's called. Basically, it's Cossack squat. Sometimes some people say it's Cossack squat. Some people say it's rear lunge. But basically, this 20 reps total together, not 20 reps on each leg. That would be disgustingly horrible. And this again, the next superset is a superset. The next exercise, but 2 exercises: goblet squats, heel elevated with plates underneath for better depth. Superset with walking lunges, double walking lunges. I am using grips. But straps again, because if I wouldn't be using them, they would be sliding off. Okay, the dumbbells would be sliding off. And the last superset, tricep, is for calf raises with this machine. As in my gym, there is only this machine, so I use what I have. And I do 15 reps. Then I do body weight, negative kind of reps. And then it's a superset with 45-degree hyperextensions. I do these. These are great for the glutes and hamstrings. I do, as you can see, pretty many reps, and I don't do huge range of motion, because for this exercise, less range of motion is actually kind of better. And I don't overextend my back. But anyways, continuing with the next, and my not the most boring day for me is pull day. I just don't like pull days. That's it. I don't like pull days because I think they are boring. And why I'm currently training like I am, basically, I just like it. Currently in this phase of my life, this month, I don't know, right now, I just like doing different stuff, not just weightlifting, but also CrossFit and running. It's like, I want to do that what I want to do. I want to challenge myself in different ways. And I never would have thought that I would be doing it, that I would be going on a run. I don't know, just all the things that I'm doing right now, I just never thought that I will be doing. Well, I never even knew this whole world of gym rats and all that, and just this fitness side. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how fast can life change. But this is my favorite back exercise that I actually kind of feel it in my back, because I never really feel exercises in my back. Actually, this clip that you're seeing right now has been filmed like 2 months ago. Yeah, these full week of workouts kind of go together not the best, because I have filmed some videos. I post them and then I postpone this video. But what happens is that after 2 months I have already progressively overloaded a lot more, so that means I have to refilm basically the whole video, and then if more time goes by and I have postponed this video, then I have to refilm it again, the clips, because I do have pretty much the same workout routine. I sometimes switch things up a little bit, but sometimes. So basically, yeah, I did superset with easy bar curls. This pull days consider with, again, a lot of supersets, because on upper body days I do like supersets for intensity and to hit more basically parts of some sort of body part, right? And then the next superset is lat pull down. As you can tell, I'm keeping my not extremely wide, because if I'm using like this, I can get better range of motion, because the more wider you go, the less range of motion you will have if you think logically. So yeah, trying to not swing myself or overarch my back, which is also a huge thing. And just a little bit leaning backwards and supersetting with cable biceps. You will see in this workout there are a lot of biceps. I don't know, I just want to grow my biceps, and I don't really train that much biceps in other days, only one exercise in other day. But yeah, I do cables, and the last set after, I basically do 4 sets, and the 5th set is drop set, which means I drop the weight a little bit and do more reps. And then I continue with the next superset, which is really great for your lats, because it's basically a lat and core burner because you have to keep your core tight. I do one arm, kneeling, lat pull down. I'm not sure how these all are called. But yeah, trying to not swing myself too much and keeping it controlled. And I do superset it. I don't know again how it's properly called, but basically a pull down. Another pull down because it's pull day. And as it is pull day, this exercise is really, really huge for your core. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, my core. I'm just tired from working my core. It's not like my abs are burning, but it's core work, right? Because you're engaging your core. But anyways, then I continue with the next superset, which is my favorite for biceps because it's isolation. It's pure good isolation for those biceps. And supersetting lately, I've been trying to do these not bent over, but invented rows because I really struggle with pull-ups, chin-ups, and all that. I'm just so sad that my upper body strength is not really existent, even though I train upper body as much as my legs. It's just sad. I just wish I would have good upper body strength for pulling motions. My lats aren't just strong. If I don't do those invented rows or inverted rows, I do face pulls. They're really good. They're really good exercise. Underrated exercise. It's currently a little bit like before 11 and I'm going to go on a run. Yes, I'm saying that. Who am I? So basically, it's going to be my fourth run basically in like years. So in the last 3 weeks I ran. I have ran. The first thing, I have ran and I have run a lot. I'm going to go and run. I don't know yet how long it's going to be because I'm not sure how many kilometers they will be together. Basically going to go on a loop, trying to survive this run. Who am I? Like, am I a runner? No, I'm a wannabe athlete. "18-kilometer run is check." Always when you see clips of people running, it looks so easy. Running is a huge mindset game. I still can't believe that I did run 18 kilometers for the second time in my life, for the second time in 2 weeks, and basically I'm not a runner. I've said that so many times. I don't run, like I haven't ever in my life ran, so that the fact that I ran right now 10 or 12 minutes faster those 18 kilometers than I did last week, which is weird, crazy, that is suspicious. I did that. I'm a huge, total sweaty mess. But yeah, I've been including also running, which is weird. It's 15 minutes after I finished that run. I'm toasted. I'm definitely tired, but my recovery is really fast, and I know that in like 5 hours I will be almost fresh again. Almost. Welcome to my typical glute day. It used to be only glutes, now it's also a little bit of quads, but I start my glute days with hip thrusts. A little lighter as usual because it's those thrusts plus pulses. For forearm, 90-degree angle with your knees and your feet. I also did at the end those pulses. That's kind of optional, it's for the burn. Hip thrusts are always really hard and they do make my heart rate up. Continuing with conventionals, I used to do sumos, but as I want to increase my conventional deadlift weight, I can't do them in my strength leg day. So obviously in the day that I filmed this, my knee was acting up weirdly and my form was kinda off because of that knee, but this is just showing that not everything is perfect. To learn that perfect form for your compound exercise like squats, deadlifts, and bench, it takes not months but years and years. But then I used to do just regular squats. But if you want to make it only glutes day, you can switch these with just dumbbell sumo squats or something that is more glute focused, because these are quad. These are heel elevated squats, basically the same thing as goblet squats, just with the barbell. And these on the squats, oh my gosh, a burner. And also for that depth, because my depth is non-existent with squats because of my poor ankle mobility. But then I moved on to the only RDL type that I do like, which is landmine RDLs. These basically, with this type of movement, you're able to hit that different range of motion, aka more range of motion, because you can go deeper with the landmine. And for the form, tuck your chin, never look straight up. Keep your spine neutral, because that is going to help for that, not just mind muscle connection, but for that correct form that will also help you to get the booty burn, right? And then I continued with the superset, doing it with kind of elevated glute bridges. I usually don't. I actually have never used a band in my life in the gym. It didn't really do anything if I didn't have like the little bit like harder resistance band, but it still is a burner. I tried different type of kind of ways to do it. And then the last superset is abduction, superset with abductor, basically for the glutes and inner thighs. And at the end, I always do a drop set. Basically, after I finish that fourth set, for example, for that abduction, I continue with double drop set. Basically, I do that usual weight, then I decrease that weight by a little bit. I do 15 more reps or 20 more reps, and then I decrease that weight again. And that is really hard for your legs, for your glutes. And the same thing I do for the abductor. Basically the same thing I do the drop set at the end. And that is a huge killer. And today also was my CrossFit day. At the end of this workout, I did a shorter CrossFit workout. This was killer for your arms because wall walks are so hard. Like 15 wall walks, if you have ever done them in your life, you know that they're hard by itself. But in a CrossFit workout, they're 5 billion times harder. But also this day I did 2 more CrossFit workouts, but after a break. Basically, I went home, I ate, I relaxed, and then I continued with another workout. Yes, 2 workouts in a day, but that's what I like. I really love challenging myself, and CrossFit really has helped me in my strength. But this, again, wall walks, my hands got a little bit numb because of that mat. You can see it's kind of that fake grass and it's kind of grassy. So I was out of breath. But the next CrossFit workout, the second one I did, I thought it was going to be easier than this one, the one I just showed. But this one was even harder. Basically, it was AMRAP, 20 minutes AMRAP, which means as many rounds as possible in those 20 minutes. And this is how you shouldn't do box jumps. And this is even more how you shouldn't do box jumps. But my energy levels, this was the last set I did. And it was basically, you do 3 box jumps right into 20 barbell push presses, right into 3 pull-ups, and do as many rounds as you can in those 20 minutes. And I literally was out of breath. So out of breath. I was basically barely doing them. And I thought that I don't know what's going to be the hardest, but it turned out the pull-ups were the hardest just because I was so out of breath from those 2 previous things that oh my gosh, it was so hard. Also, if you like my content, please support me on Patreon. That would mean a lot, because if you would support me there, then I'm able to create content with more value. And also Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and basically everywhere, and also social media platforms. And the last workout of the week, I'm hitting with full body functional, but more of the upper body kind of focused type. I basically on this day, I do some of the exercises that I didn't have time to do in the whole week, or I do some exercises for the second time because it's better to train all body parts twice a week for that better muscle growth and all those things. And I always start with chin-ups because it's the biggest thing what I struggle with. But without chin-ups, when I actually start my strength training session, I start always with the hardest thing that I want to improve. And here I did pause bench press, a little bit with a little pause, basically lighter weight bench. On this day, I usually always do lighter weight, and then I continue, as I said previously, on the push day with my PR weights. Yep, I still do hit them every time when I bench because I just want to see if I have improved or if I have not improved. Obviously, not every single time I'm able to improve or succeed. Not also every single day, like every single session, I'm able to hit a PR, or not just hit a PR, but like re-hit my PR. Not every day is that day, but it's fine. And as I said, when I in this session I include things that I don't usually include. Maybe a little exception are CrossFit workouts, but in my regular strength training. So I did barbell thrusters. My form isn't the best and all that because you have to keep your elbows 90-degree angle. So that's the biggest thing I struggle the most in like the perfect form. But I did 2 sets with lighter weight and 2 sets with heavier weights, and then I continued with lat pull down, but with the V bar, a little bit different. This more works your biceps and not that much of your lats. It does work your back, but a little bit more the biceps because it's the close grip. And I do superset it because do I do anything that's not supersets? Probably no, but for the form, try to not swing yourself and keeping it steady and controlled to actually feel your back muscles working. But what a surprise! Preacher curls! Yep, that's the second time I'm hitting biceps this week, and the same thing for back. In my strength training days, for the second time, these are the exercises I do just because, I don't know, I don't like training back as I said previously, but I do try to incorporate it because you have to keep it twice if you want to grow better and faster. I don't know, whatever. And once again, training hard. Those last reps with the ugly faces and you're barely basically able to pushing it because gym is not easy. Whenever I watch like videos on YouTube, you just watch YouTube videos of people working out. You're like, yeah, they're working out. Yes, I see them working hard or not working hard. And you're like, whatever. But when you actually do the workout, you're like, oh, damn, I'm in trouble. Or, oh, damn, this is so hard. Like this exercise. It's a really great exercise for the unilateral basically moves because often one of your sides is stronger than the other. That happens for me when I do a lot of exercises. So I try to incorporate some unilateral single leg, single arm exercises. But again, one of my favorite exercises with people I know a lot of skip are calves. People skip calves a lot, but I love training calves. Like, I just love it. The feeling, the pain I feel is I can't explain it in words. I just love that pain. Continuing with the weak things that I struggle with, so I want to be better at them. And for me, I struggle with explosive things that are jumping high. I really do struggle with box jumps because I just naturally I can't jump high. Like I just can't. And for the same thing for bodyweight exercises as dips, I really struggle. So I did like 3 sets AMRAP of 6 reps or 7 I think. But yeah. And then the next thing is wall balls, which is also like a CrossFit style full body functional exercise. Here I specifically take a heavier ball than you usually do on the CrossFit workouts because I just want to get used to that heavier ball. So when I take the lighter ball, which is 6 kilo, it feels light because the 9 kilo one, that one feels heavy. This is my not so typical, but right now typical week of workouts. I know this video is movie length, but that's just the reality of me trying to show everything. Please let me know if you want to see only CrossFit style training, like full week of workouts is CrossFit style training only, like CrossFit workouts in only one video, because then I would be able to explain more in details and all that, and also the running thing if I just put that into a separate different video and not my weightlifting thing. I don't know, just let me know. I'm really curious because I want to make content that people like to watch, right? I love watching full week of workouts, so yeah, because they're interesting and I did give so much kind of not just inspiration but ideas. And last thing, nutrition is key. Lately I've been eating around 3,000 calories every single day because with running burns a lot of calories, and just like if I trained twice a day, it's a lot. So yeah, recovery is really important, and I really try not to like over exercise. Even though maybe it looked that I did a lot of exercising, I have pretty fast recovery and I can recover pretty easily. And about that running also, I have been on like 4 those long 18-kilometer runs, and it's actually have gone a lot better because my knees don't hurt and I don't feel that tired anymore. Because this week when I went on the run, afterwards the next day I didn't feel tired at all compared to last week. So that's just called growth, and I hope you enjoyed it. Just let me know in comments, and see you next one.